everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Let's Talk Show. I'm your host, Jack. Today, we have a special guest today with us, Patrice Williams-Talton, owner of Math Makes Sense Learning Center here in Alexandria. Math Makes Sense offers a variety of educational services, including tutoring for K-12, programs for preschoolers aged 2 to 5, before and after school programs, and summer camps. And of course, just a few seconds ago, programs when the kids are out of school as well. As always, we encourage everyone to engage in our programs and help spread the word to help the community stay informed and connected. So if you guys could do us all a favor, do Patrice a favor, just go ahead and make sure y'all share this post. We're going to be talking about some of the good stuff that's actually going on in Alexandria right now. And Patrice, if you notice on the screen, got Mouth Makes Sense a logo up there. We don't do that for everybody, Patrice. Now I'm gonna tell you 100%, we do not do that for everyone. But for one of our customers, we're gonna make it happen. How about that?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Patrice, can you start by telling us a little bit about what inspired you to start Math Makes Sense?
Basically, just my love for teaching and working with children, and of course, my love for math. Most definitely, like I said, I've always worked with children, starting back from the state, working with the state. Also, counseling. I was a health professional for about 6 years, and going into teaching. So I've always enjoyed, everything I've ever done has always been, working with children and families. And then, of course, with all of my love for all of that, just actually noticing a need in the community, people reaching out to me, knowing that I enjoy math, like, hey, can you tutor? Can you help me? So basically me starting to fulfill that need, and next thing I know, the demand just increased. And of course, my husband, he inspired me. 'Cause I basically started off helping people like at McDonald's, coffee shops, libraries. That's basically, and my people, and some of you may be on here, you've been with me a while, and they can attest. Oh yeah, we used to be at the library, or yeah, oh yeah, she used to tutor my child in McDonald's, or we used to go to the coffee shop. They'll tell you. That's basically where we started off at. Like I said, to my husband, he, pushed me to, and I was still teaching in the parish at the time, just kind of tutoring, after school. But he, pushed me to do that. And boy, once I did that, it definitely took off even more. So I definitely couldn't juggle doing this. And then me and my husband, we have a large family. So I decided just to strictly, do Math Makes Sense, full time. And like I said, it initially just started off as tutoring, and it grew into something, bigger than I originally planned.
All right. Well, nothing's wrong with that, and we certainly have a situation where those services are needed in our community,
Yes.
for sure, and quality programs as well. You know what I mean, and that kind of thing. So, thank you for filling that gap, and getting out there, and again, another small business, and and filling that gap of something that's needed in our community. Kudos to you for that. Let me ask you a question. What are some of the unique teaching methods, or how do you tailor your tutoring sessions to meet the individual needs of each child, especially those that might be struggling in math?
I would say really just kind of meeting students where they are, kind of assessing them. We definitely remediate and enrich where needed, because students are on different levels. So we still try to be, of course, we still teach whatever grade they're in. They still have to learn those on grade level concepts, of course. But we still remediate, as needed, if that makes sense. And definitely just showing students different learning strategy, like different strategies to maybe work something out, whatever that skill may be. And basically just allowing them to choose what works best for them. Just that differentiation. Every student is different. All students don't learn the same, and that has always been my approach.
Mm-hmm.
With teaching. Even when I was in the parish, the district.
Okay. Can you share some of the success stories from the students you have that you have taught and tutored over the last several years?
Oh my goodness, it's been so many success stories. Like I can't really, share one. You definitely, if you go on my page, on the business page, Math Makes Sense, you'll
Mm-hmm.
definitely, see a lot of the reviews. Um, Sometimes parents don't always actually leave a review. They'll post something and even tag, Math Makes Sense.
Uh-huh.
I will say majority, like a high percentage of our students, definitely improve, just with coming here, whether it's for tutoring, whether it's for even our after school program. We've had, some parents whose kids just with homework assistance after school have, improved tremendously,
Mm-hmm.
just getting that help. Even some of our preschool students, we have a small class, even them being tested going into regular public school, and they're like pretty high. They're like, a lot of some of the stuff they knew,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the kids,
Mm-hmm.
didn't know. So that's always awesome to hear, that a lot of them are ahead going into, public school, whether it's pre-K or kindergarten.
Okay.
So, but definitely lots of growth. I get so many messages from parents constantly just thanking me and our center just for being here and just the improvement, that they've seen. And like I said, I believe the biggest thing has a lot of the parents are thankful for is just they see like their child's confidence just improving, like just them being able to even be more confident,
Mm-hmm.
outspoken, and just even willing to try, because sometimes when they initially start, they come in kind of reserved,
Mm-hmm.
don't want to say much in there, and it's even worse in the class. But it's amazing just to see them grow and just kind of come out of their shell, so
That has to be a amazing feeling to see that little child that walks into the classroom and they're in that reserve mode, they feeling down on themselves, and then on Friday when they have that test, and they turn around and turn that grade around, and to see that smile on their face, and probably that smile when they walk back into your office
right.
again, it has to be
Oh yeah,
amazing.
it's like, oh, Miss Patrice, look at my graded papers, like, and I'm excited right along with them. And sometimes the parents call me before the kids can even bring me the papers. They see
So
it on Power School, and they'll
uh-huh.
screenshot it and send it to me.
So
Um,
everybody just happy as a peacock at that point.
so most definitely, like I've literally had kids that went from F's to B's, literally in
Hmm.
one grading period. So like I said, every student is different.
Hmm.
Um, every success story is different.
Hmm.
Students progress at their own, rate.
Hmm.
My thing is, as long as we improving,
Right, 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 right,
where it is.
right, right. Math anxiety is a common issue among a lot of students.
Yeah.
How do you guys come to that challenge? What do you guys do over there? I have a strong math background, but I do know that some people challenge. They're challenged with math and that kind of thing. So how do y'all deal with that?
I would say the biggest thing, and I kind of previously touched on this, I would say it's just allowing students to make mistakes
Hmm.
and letting them know that it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Like we're not perfect. I stress that a lot just in my own classroom,
Hmm.
but allowing them to make mistakes and just building their confidence. Because the more their confidence grows and builds, you kind of see some of that anxiety just kind of go away because now they're more confident, they're not as nervous, to answer a question or to get it wrong. So just them knowing that I'm going to try. I'm gonna answer this. I'm gonna do. If I get it wrong, it's okay. I'm gonna try again. So
Mm-hmm.
I say that's the biggest thing, and
Mm-hmm.
so definitely building their confidence because I've seen kids when. And that's another thing that I get from a lot of parents. Like I said before, just their confidence. When their confidence starts improving,
Mm-hmm.
see their grades. You see their grades improve. Like I said, they start coming out of their shell. They're answering questions more. Um, they're participating more in class.
Mm-hmm.
Probably even getting to the point where they coming home. Oh, mama, look at this, or dad, look at this. Look,
Wow.
let me show you what I learned today. They're just more confident, and in return, it improves everything else. Like I've seen it.
It's really interesting that the idea that they come for a mechanical to grasp a certain subject area, math, English, reading, whatever it is that you guys are working with them on. But it's interesting to hear you talk about confidence building, and that's more in the psychology, social realm. And it seems like you go fix that problem, and the other stuff just start falling into play.
Right. It's probably a little bit of the counselor in me, but believe it or not, as
That question wasn't there, so I just had to go there.
I know, but as educators, as teachers, and I'm sure any teachers that's watching this will look like we're more than teachers. We are so much more than that. Like we
Hmm.
have to be a lot. We wear a lot of different hats.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it just seems like almost what was going on and what writing off as success stories is just identifying really what the problem is, and moving that out of the way, and then the learning starts to take place.
And
And
then because a lot of times they have this bridge or this, wall put up, and it's kind of you trying to break that down first.
wow,
Right.
wow, wow, wow. You offer programs for preschoolers as young as 2 years old. What does a typical session look like with a 2-year-old?
Woo! So yeah, it's ages 2 through 5. Like I said, this is our small group preschool classes. So basically, before they enter public school, or some of them may go to private school, but basically before they become school age,
Mm-hmm.
a typical day, um, extremely busy. They gonna keep, but I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. But basically, they're so it is a STEM based program. So
Mhm.
we do lots of hands-on activities. Believe it or not, even at that young of an age, they're doing experiments. They're doing. I mean, it's like they're even learning to sink or float and learning. They're learning about hypothesis. I mean, hypothesis, all kinds of stuff. So, but it's super exciting. They get to do we even do weekly things. Their field trips we do weekly and sometimes bi-weekly theme field trips. um, but in addition to all the STEM things that they get to do, we also of course do our our basic learning as far as our letters, numbers,
Mhm.
shapes, colors.
Mhm.
They get to do all those things, name tracing and writing.
Mhm.
Most of when they leave here and get ready to go to school, they can write their name.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, they're able to do all of those things. So it's just a variety, and of course, definitely they get to build friends and learn different social skills. That's also extremely important.
Okay. How do your before and after school programs work during the fall? Work with with working parents. Uh, what activities do you guys have early in the morning and late in the evening? Because
Well,
some.
for before school care, it's really for those parents that have to be to work
Mhm.
prior to school letting in, and they need a place, for their child to go, or their child need transportation, and
Mhm.
they're definitely not wanting to leave, at home alone. So
Mhm.
that's why we open up our facility as early as 6 a.m. Where
Mhm.
they definitely can, come in, drop them off. We'll transport to schools,
Mhm.
make sure they get there safely. We have, believe it or not, we have some kids that come early in the morning. They may have tests or anything. Guess what? They're able to sit here, study with us. We prep them and stuff before they go in. As far as after school, of course, we provide transportation. We pick up, and they're able to get homework assistance. Like basically, your child, unless you want to, they don't have to bring any homework home. They can get it all done here at Math Makes Sense. So a lot of the parents definitely appreciate that, because when they're getting off, that's one less thing that they have to worry about. Instead, they can kind of just focus more on just spending time with their child or children.
Right.
So we're able to do that. Of course, we do offer snack. We have outdoor play. So basically, when they get here, we handle business first. We get straight to homework after school. Even children that don't have homework, most parents, we have quite a few parents, they will communicate with the teachers and let us know what their child is working on for the week. So even if they don't have homework, we're pulling work. So they're going to work on whatever skills that they're learning during that week.
So when they get there in that day, there's some structure.
Most definitely. Have structure, but they're jumping straight to their work, and they know this is routine. So they come straight in. We our youth counselors assist with homework, go over with them. I'm even in there from classroom to classroom. When they finish their work, they're able to go out, do like outdoor play. Some of them, we have tablets, Chromebooks, all those different things that they're able to get on as well, over a little free time. And of course, they'll get their snack and everything. They get to mingle, with other kids and kind of relax until it's time for their parents to pick them up, which the pickup time is 5:30.
Okay. All right. With summer in full swing, can you tell us a little bit more about the summer camps and what participants are actually doing right now in the summer program?
Yes. So June is pretty much almost
all gone. Where did it go? I don't know.
Right. So we're just about finished with the first month of summer camp, and we'll be going, of course, into July next week. But really, our summer camp, for one, like I said, I'm an educator. I'm big on education. So pretty much everything I do, even the fun stuff, we're going to throw a little education in there. So that is one of the things that's kind of different with Math Makes Sense. There is a strong emphasis on education. So if your children are coming, to camp during the summer months, they are still going to learn. So they're going to still, go over different skills. We're still doing reading, math. We're throwing in some science, experiments, which they love. And of course, that's my favorite, math and science. That's my favorite days. But we're doing all of those. And of course, definitely doing fun stuff. The kids, robotics, they're building their own robots. They've been enjoying that. We have so many different STEM and robotic kits they're able to do. They're even having to wire it and all program it and all kinds of stuff. So that's been real exciting this year. We have other activities. I think another thing, something else we added this year that they are loving is culinary, the cooking classes.
Okay.
Yes. So the kids are loving that. Some of them are trying to get out their other things they signed up for to come to culinary because they see the things they're making and cooking. They're like, I want to make that. So they're definitely enjoying it. I'm so happy that we added that program. And like I said, we also have basketball training, football, just some basic fitness. We have, pool time, swimming, where the kids can get in the pool, and they have set days, out the week they're able to. And then, of course, we have field trips, which is what the students look forward to the most, I think. So tomorrow, we go to Alligator Park out in Natchitoches. So they're
Okay.
looking forward to that. And then we're even going next month. We're even going to a water park. So
Oh,
this will be our first year doing an actual, water park. So
so y'all got a big trip planned.
yeah, so we do between 4 to 5 field trips
Okay.
during the summertime, during the summer months.
Well, it's interesting you talk about the culinary piece of it because just think about all of the chemistry in cooking.
Yeah, the math. They
The math.
have to, so they're saying that math makes sense. Like it's important. I use math in real life. But yeah, even the measuring cups, making sure
Hmm.
they add the right. Yeah, have to do all of that. So, but they're definitely enjoying it.
Wow, wow,
Hopefully they're able to go home and maybe fix something for their parents if they let them.
wow, wow. In what ways can and another thing I want to point out, I know the Rapides Parish school system. I was looking at some of their information about the how important it is to read for the kids to be reading over the summer,
Mhm.
and I heard in your comments, you're talking about keeping them engaged and the importance of keeping them engaged so that when they get in the next grade next year, that 9 months of training, it don't just go away over the summer.
And that's one thing I like here. They're still able to have that structure. So they have rotations and, a set schedule, that they go off of. So guess what? When school start back, they rolling right back into it.
So from that reading perspective, why in your mind, why is it so important that the kids read over the summer? You got some parents sit out here and they talk about the idea, oh, they on break, we shouldn't do anything over the summer. Why is it so important that they read over the summer?
I've noticed that quite a few kids that don't read or don't do any type of, educational activity, they have a lot of regression. They
Mm,
do. They forget things. You want to keep their mind active and going. Like my kids, me and my husband, we have every summer they have always, done work.
mm-hmm,
And it's just, and I mean reading is just super important too.
mm-hmm,
Definitely want to be able to build their fluency,
mm-hmm.
and all that. You want to get them there. And I noticed and quite a few kids haven't really developed a love for reading. I mean, because they don't read. Like they and that's the thing. Like one of my kids, he's not the most willing reader, but guess what? If you give him something he's interested in, he'll sit there and read it. So
Mhm,
um, you definitely don't want them to regress because that's
mhm,
definitely what happened. Because a lot of times, whenever school start back, teachers are trying to make up for them those past months where some students didn't do anything.
mhm, mhm.
So I would definitely say, yeah, keep them, doing different educational, activity, whether you're putting them somewhere, putting them in camps, or whether you don't put them anywhere at home. I mean, at all.
Mhm.
Whether it's even at home, maybe take 30 minutes to an hour out of a day, just a few days out of a week. Do different activities or get different books or different things that they may be interested in.
Right, and and that's a very important part when we talk about it may not be the book that's prescribed at school, but if it's something that they're interested in and it sparks an interest in it, give them that piece of material and let them read it, even no matter how boring it might be. Give
Let
it.
them read, let them,
Uh,
and sometimes if it's something they're really interested in or they really like, sometimes they're gonna come tell you. They're gonna give you a book study and not even realize it, but they're gonna come tell you, oh, this book, look, this what happened in this chapter. And
mhm.
a lot of times they'll come talk to you about the book, especially if it's something, that they're actually interested in.
Wow, wow. In what ways can parents and guardians get involved in their child's learning process? Uh, just in general, not just with Math Makes Sense, but the importance of being there in the classroom, supporting the teachers in the classroom, supporting you guys. Speak to that from a teacher's perspective.
Yeah, I would say definitely just be involved in all the ways that you can. Constantly check your kids' folders. See what they have going. Ask them about their day at school.
Mhm.
Ask them about their day. See how things are going. Definitely communicate. With teachers.
Mhm.
Because a lot of times kids aren't gonna always, tell us what's going on. And a lot of times, as teachers, you have so much that you have to keep up with and do. Like it's a lot. There's a lot
Mhm.
that comes with teaching. And sometimes teachers may intend to message you and it may slip their mind, but a lot of times we, as parents, we have to take the initiative,
Mhm.
and sometimes communicate, check in, with teachers. I remember I used to have some parents, they would do drop-ins, just, oh, I'm just checking in on, my child, seeing, how they're doing, if they're
Mhm.
behaving, if they're, because that's just how invested they were,
Mhm.
into it. Or they would message me, um, just, oh, hey, is there any extra work you can send, or for my child to do over the weekend, or even the end of the school year, like, hey, do you have any packets or anything you can bring for them to do over the summer?
Mhm.
But definitely, like I said, just communicating with your kids, seeing how things are going, how their day is going, being open, communicating with the teachers, and definitely anything, programs, anything they have going on at the school, definitely, be involved, participate, volunteer, all of those things help.
Okay. All right. What future plans are coming up over there at Math Makes Sense? What can the community expect, from you guys in the next couple of years?
Ooh, next couple of years, definitely expanding.
Okay.
That's a top priority right now.
Okay.
Um, We have a few programs that we're going to be adding. I'm not going to spill the beans
You,
just yet.
you can spill it when we get offline. I won't tell nobody.
I won't spill them just yet, but definitely exciting. I'm excited about those
Mhm.
plans. Definitely a need in the community.
Mhm.
I'll say that much. But we'll be adding a
Yeah.
few things once we have a larger, facility.
Okay. All right. So we can extrapolate out of that. I need some more space.
Yes, we definitely have a larger bill. There's a lot to come. I'll just say
All right.
that there's quite a few things in the works.
All right. That sounds like a winner. Look, before we get out of here, you got anything else that we didn't cover? I thought I was a little nosy here. So, but
Uh,
just trying to make sure everybody understand what's going on over there. Did we forget something?
let's see. I think we might have covered everything.
Okay.
Like if anybody have any questions or anything, definitely feel free. You can definitely contact me at 318-787-9682. You can contact us via Facebook Messenger. Also, our email address, mathmakesense.pw@gmail.com, or even on our website, mathmakesense.org. There's a chat button, or you can email or anything from there. You can also subscribe to our website. Typically, we send out emails of any upcoming programs and things we may have. I say right now, we still have, I believe, 5 openings for our July camp. If anyone is still looking,
Mm-hmm.
for a place for their child for July and they may be interested,
Mm-hmm.
definitely, contact us to try to get your child signed up. We actually right now have a 50% um, discount. Basically, you could register for $50 instead of 100 now, just for the month of July.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see what else we have. Oh, right now registration is open for before after school care.
Okay.
So we have started accepting those, and they've been
Mm-hmm.
coming in. And we service not all, but most of quite a few of the schools in the parish. Whenever you go to register, if you see a school that's not listed, you can still contact us.
Mm-hmm.
could possibly, work that school in the schedule.
Oh, okay.
So even if you don't see it, still contact us and we can work that out. And I would say another big thing with our after school program, even if we don't service your child's school, or we're not able to pick them up, we've had, I know last year we had some students who just got dropped off, at the center and
Mhm.
still stayed for homework assistance and everything.
Mhm.
Even though we didn't service their school, they still came to our after school program.
Well, oh, okay. Oh, but the parents definitely saw that need.
Yeah, so they would drop them off, or maybe another relative,
Mhm.
will pick them up and drop them off. Um,
Mhm.
so if you do it that way, definitely, it have to be from 3:30 to 5:30. Sometimes you can drop off about 3:15.
Mhm.
So and then our registration for tutoring, it'll
Mhm.
be opening up on next Friday
Oh, next Friday. Okay.
for our after school tutoring. You
Okay.
can start registering. We have small group sections, which is
Mhm.
a max of 4 students.
Mhm.
Definitely a much smaller teacher student ratio compared to
Right. Right.
so we have the small group sessions, and then we also provide one-on-one sessions as well.
Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. Patrice, on behalf of the three of us over here at UrbanCast 3IA, we definitely want to say a special thank you. You just don't know how much, you coming on board and doing business with us meant to us. So I want to personally say thank you for that. Um, and I definitely want to say, thank you for joining us today and sharing the wonderful work that Math Makes Sense is doing.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, anytime. And again, it's really important that we talk about, the resources that are available here in the community, and you guys are providing one. And maybe some people may not know that you guys are there. So,
We've
and
had quite a few that, and I'm like, oh, we've been here for like 5 years. Like, we just found out. Um,
Mhm.
so despite how long we've been here, there's
Right.
still quite a few people that still don't know about Math Makes Sense.
Right. But that's okay. That's a good. That mean that we're fishing in the right sea, and we're bringing the bodies in, and we providing the service, and the parents are being happy. So everybody happy. I guess that's what need to happen at the end of the day. To our followers, we definitely always like to say thank you for you guys for tuning in and supporting our shows and our live coverages of what's going on here in Alexandria. We'd also like to extend our gratitude for our advertising partners. They are Sadler's Towing, Long's Preferred Products, National Tire and Auto, and yours truly, Math Makes Sense with Patrice over there. Um, and remember, we also want to say to everybody, um, remember, you know, to help keep everybody informed. We definitely, ask that you guys share information like this and talk about it, engage about it. And if you ever have any questions about anything, don't hesitate to, throw a question at us or what have you. And the other thing we like to say is that every story matters, and every voice can make a difference. We just have to know that that information is out there. As we always like to say, another thing is that we want everybody to stay safe and stay vigilant out there. And again, Patrice, thank you for joining us this evening.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All righty. If you hang in, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream.
Okay.